I'm not here to complain. I'm not a complainant. I'm here to sound a note of warning. We paid for this board, all four sides. We paid over 6 million naira.
Some of the locations visited are Stadium Road by Kingswa, Ekenwa Road by Uniben, Benin Lagos Road by S&T Isiho, where it was visible that the billboards were completely pulled down. Expressing displeasure over the barbaric act, Barrister Olumide Akpata says it was disgusting that his billboards were singled out for removal despite fulfilling all contractual obligations, including monetary. He said a similar thing happened during the party primary and is repeating itself, wondering whether such method can deprive the chosen one like him from winning the September governorship election. The Labour Party governorship candidate fingered the leadership of the Oedo, Ibobaka and Oviano East as those removing the billboards as allegedly directed by the Edo state government.
Charles Ega River is supposed to be a member of the revenue department. He is the one who sent messages to my billboard installers telling them to take down the board. They had the temerity to suggest that the board on Akenzua is a route that the governor takes regularly, so we must take my board down. It is ridiculous. This is the kind of stunt that this government pulls all the time.
The Labour governorship candidate reiterated that election is a competition and not a war, pointing that he will replace the billboards within 48 hours, just the way the one at Fire Junction is standing, and that anybody that dare to remove them again will face the consequences. However, at Benin Lagos Road by S&T Isiho, sympathizers and supporters of the governorship candidate rallied around him to condemn the removal of the billboards.
Okay, yes, greetings to you, fellow Nigerians and Edo State indigenous across the world. This is the Comrade Show, and I particularly welcome you to this edition of the Comrade Show. A couple of days ago, the video you just watched greeted us, and of course, it's gone quite viral. And it all borders around the Edo 2024 governorship elections. And to some of us who just watch some of these things and see them fly around, we are very concerned. I am particularly very concerned because this is a contestation and there must be a level playing field. The reason is because, like it's often said, there's nobody who's got monopoly of violence. And we want a peaceful exercise. What you have seen, if true and if it persists, is capable of, putting the state in a very difficult position, setting indigens against indigens, brothers against brothers, families against families. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, we are all Edo State indigens. And to that extent, we are brothers, we are related, we are families. And if we do not recognize these and we allow hate to creep into this process, it's going to put us in a very, very difficult position, particularly when we have two sides of this coin. One is or represent the politicians, while the other side of it represent the electorate. At the end of the day, everybody must allow a level playing field. And I thought that I'll talk about this, not just because of the video you just watched, but because of something else that happened. Earlier today, at least 3 or 4 persons sent me a particular video, okay? And the reference of that video was somebody I know very well, a very good friend of mine. And I felt really, really concerned because, the idea around that video, the message that that particular video sends across, appears to be inciting violence, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, like I said before, it's a contestation. Everybody wants to win this contest. And everybody must allow the framework of, the law to guide the contest. If people go beyond what the law provides, it becomes a problem. But before much ado, I'd like you to have insight, just have a feel of the excerpt of this video. I'm going to play it. My friend is personally involved in it. I'm going to play it because it has gone quite viral. A lot of people have seen it. So people can know exactly what, my reference is and all of that. Just take a listen.
Here you can go now. So make some people go. As they go, they create vacancy. The ones wey we fit beg make e stay, we go beg them. The ones wey we no fit beg, make them go. If we meet them for corner, we go beat them. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in past. I saw a banner. I'm asking them, say, that banner where the Oluwapata banner for Ring Road. I tell you there. Can you put a banner like that in Alausa, in Lagos, Ikeja? You can't put banner of another party. For what you do there? When MC Oluwamo there? Upon I said, get here. There are things I cannot say here. But when I tell Olukoga, say what you want to do. If take idea look me, I say from the days of John the Baptist till now, the kingdom suffers violence and the violent take it by force. Who no go know, who to no go peme, their father.
For their talk with
anyway,
people.
fellow Nigerians, the person you just listened to just now is Reverend Olu Martins, who is the Deputy Director General of the campaign of Asue Iudalo. When I saw this and was posted to me by a few other persons, I mean, about 3 or 4 persons posted this to me. For me, as an indigenous of Edo State, I was very, very concerned. As a matter of fact, I did speak to my friend, Reverend Olu Martins, expressing my concern. He did express some views, okay, but that is just between myself and himself. But I'm making this reference, on a public, platform. The reason, again, is because I've heard from different quarters, people trying to organize, some sort of, retaliation. You understand what I'm saying now? I have tried to step in across everywhere. I've heard 1 or 2 things to say, no. Everybody must not come to a level like this. This is an election. It must not be a do or die affair. And I want to appeal to everybody. Particularly, talking about a particular political party and the members of that political party or some person I spoke to, trying to say that they are going to hide under this to do this and do that. I mean, look, let's not play this politics like this. Some of us have persistently advocated that this politics must be based on issues. It is very important that this politics is based on issues, not on brigandage, not on incitement, not on violence. Because at the end of the day, if we do that, then we are losing the entire essence. We have lost it right from the one. And I'm very concerned what the future holds. We must shield ourselves. We must look at the Edo State political environment, assess the environment based on issues, make our choices based on issues that are, germane to us, that are dear to us. But when I saw this video and what is being posted around, I am very concerned. And with, the candidate of the Labour Party earlier talking and, of course, indicting the government of Governor Obaseki, it is even the more, of a concern. And I think that His Excellency Governor Obaseki, should step into this matter. But before I say too much, I have somebody I spoke to earlier who wants to come help make some sense out of this, share some perspectives. He's, a member of the Labour Party. As a matter of fact, I did speak to, another stalwart of the APC who was supposed to join us. Hopefully, in the course of this program, he's going to join us. I expect him. He's just sent me a message that he has some exigencies that that have come up, and he may still join us. But while I wait for him to join us, we have Mr. Basi Osage Ogbemudia with us. Osage Ogbemudia himself was an aspirant for governorship this same window under the Labour Party, and currently he has endorsed the candidates of the Labour Party, talking of Barrister Olumide Akpata. Mr. Osage is somebody who's very well established. He lives in Canada. He's a top, a police officer, in Canada. He's somebody who needs no introduction. Mr. Ogbemudia, you're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be here.
Thank you so much. Look, the reason why I'm attending, it is my own aspiration that we deepen this conversation is because we are young people and we have a duty and a responsibility to ensure that we safeguard, our state. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? And Olumide Akpata's, what's its name, Billboard was pulled down, and it has generated a lot of issues. And of course, we've seen that video I played earlier of Olu Martins, which appeared to probably, I don't know when that was made, if it was before, the Olumide's Billboard matter or after, I don't know. But what is your immediate take on all of this?
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you again for having me. I've had the privilege of serving the people of Toronto for the past 26 years, and I can understand the danger that this poses to the people of Edo State. Let's talk about the first video removing a billboard by people known, even our candidate, Olumide Akpata himself, pointed fingers at the government, and they have not been able to release any statements to deny the allegation. And also hearing a reverend for that matter, and Olu Martin, talking about that inciting violence, threatening people. It's not very good for our politics, especially because Edo State, we have a high rate of unemployment, about 40% unemployment, youth unemployment. We have a high rate of courtesan, violence among youth. It's like putting a petrol into fire and you're just igniting it. Introducing violence to the campaign at early on in the game is very dangerous, and we have to address it. We have to first talk to the governor. The governor have not come to deny the allegation of pulling down the billboards, which he need to address. We need to hear from him. He's the chief security officer of Edo State. We will hold him accountable for any security breach in Edo State. It is his Governor Obaseki responsibility to ensure that this election is free and fair, is free of violence, and he cannot seem to be the person starting the violence. So my advice is that, look, it has started already. It's a good thing. Nobody have lost their life. We have to nip it at the bud. We have to make sure we stop it right now. We have to send a strong message to our brother Olu Martin, that his utterances, what he said, is unacceptable. We have to send a message to the people removing Akpata, our brother Sagbovo, Akpata Billboard, that it is not acceptable, and the people doing it should be punished. So that is where otherwise we are going to have a very bloody election. Edo people are too civilized. Edo people are too advanced, too great to start fighting among politicians. I will say one thing to our youth before we continue, and our people. I read the book the other day written by one author. He said, "Do not die in their battle. Yeah. Do not start fighting for people who are fighting for their pocket." Olumide Akpata is coming to the rescue. Olumide is coming to make sure that all this violence, this courtesan in government, this no one has seemed to solve the problem of the courtesan in our state, which is a bigger problem. Nobody has been able to solve the issue of unemployment, which that is the reason why I am supporting Olumide Osagbovo Akpata, so that we can bring.
No, I am coming to that. It's not a campaign broadcast per se. It's
okay,
just
so
to look at this issue on a general scale.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So, it's not a campaign broadcast at all.
Okay.
I'm just I am hoping that the other man I called from the APC will equally come, because at the end of the day, I believe that all of us we have some role to play in this matter, and the young people out there who are probably used, to carry out some of these nefarious activities at the end of the day, they need to hear that, understand that this is not something that is acceptable. But what would you say to the people who are carrying out? Because I believe that there is an instruction from somewhere, and some people are executing this instruction. What would you say to the young people today? Because it is not just a case of Billboard right now. It's general. There's a lot. If people can go ahead and pull down the billboard of an opposition party, they could equally go ahead and do something even more nefarious, as the case were. So, what would you generally say to young people in Edo State regarding this election?
So yeah, that's true. So let me speak as a policeman, as a community builder, as a community police officer. The first thing I said just now, do not die in their battle. Young people of Edo State, I'm appealing to you, do not listen to those violence rhetoric by our politicians. Do not support violence against each other. This is politics. This is democracy. Let the best man win. Listen to all the argument and do not take sides. You obviously vote for whoever you want, but do not indulge in violence. But the first thing first, what we must do is to report crime and prevent crime from happening. That's the first thing you do in a civilized, safe society. So what the Labour Party or whoever is agreeing to do right now is to make a complaint, because when you watch that video is obviously inciting violence, which a complaint should be made. And we have to find a way to educate our young people that it is politics. But our politicians will talk, everyone will present their case. So there's no reason why we have to take out arms and kill and fight each other. Because apparently they are supposed to be fighting for the future of Edo State. Yeah. And if we fight each other and we kill each other, then we will not have that future. So my advice to Edo youth is, let's focus on what brings us together. Let's focus on the task at hand. Our problem in Edo State is to improve our education, is to create more jobs, is to stop this violence, this courtesy in our state. That's our focus. And we should not let any politician take us away from that focus. Otherwise, we are not going to have a future. So that is my take on it for the young people. Do not die in their war. Do not indulge violence, because violence doesn't produce anything good. And we have to think about Edo of our dream. What do we want? What do we want Edo to become? Obviously, we don't want Edo involving violence, youth killing each other, or even assaulting each other. We don't want that Edo. We want Edo of our dream, where all of us will be able to get whatever we desire, where we have industry, factories, we have everything, we have job opportunities. That is the focus I would like our youth to focus on.
Okay, yeah, I like the way you anchored it there to say that we must not die in their war, and people must look at the bigger picture, which is very, very important. But looking at the environment now, as we speak, Olumide spoke quite. He spoke with some strength. You understand the picture from what I'm saying? And he warned. As a matter of fact, let's take a listen to him again, particularly for those who may not have, heard him speak. Let's take a listen.
Nobody has the monopoly of brigandage. I'm not here to complain. I'm not a complainant. I'm here to sound a note of warning. We paid for this war, all four sides. We paid over 6 million naira.
Some of the locations visited are Stadium Road by Kinswa, Ekenwa Road by Uniben, Benin Lagos Road by S&T Isihel, where it was visible that the billboards were completely pulled down. Expressing displeasure over the barbaric act, Barrister Olumide Akpata says it was disgusting that his billboards were singled out for removal despite fulfilling all contractual obligations, including monetary. He said a similar thing happened during the party primary and is repeating itself, wondering whether such method can deprive the chosen one like him from winning the September governorship election. The Labour Party governorship candidate Finger.
I want to ask you, Mr. Bumudia. This report says that Olumide said he was singled out, okay, for this, negative exercise, as it were. Now, what would your advice be to Olumide just now? Because I'm just mentioning Olumide probably to use it to represent all. Because from the way it seems, if this report is true and sending it to go bad, it therefore means that all other political parties, the APC, the PROP, they all should be concerned as well. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? So what would you advise, the political actors, particularly the candidates themselves? What would you advise them to do right now? Regarding matters like this.
Well, looking at that video, though we're not one-sided, Olumide showed leadership in that video. He showed that he's confident. He showed that he has the right information. And he's not afraid to challenge authority, which is good. And we show that he's open-minded, and which also means that he's not prone to violence. That means he doesn't want violence. So he's sounding a warning to to the authority that he understands what's going on and that he will not tolerate it. That's one side. The other side is that, so now, how do we talk to the other candidate? Well, the first thing is that it has to be directed at Olumide Akpata because he's the new kid on the block. He's the one that is new in the game. They are not going to focus on APC because APC is the ruling party, the federal. APC have the federal mind. So it might be difficult to muscle APC. So Olumide Akpata might be the easiest target to muscle right now. So that is why he's being targeted. And I really proud of how he handled it, how he showed leadership and showed that he understands what the stake is at. So my advice to the other candidate is, yes, the governor is running out of, is not running for the governor. It's Aso Ighodalo, it's Okpebholo that is running. Those three people, including our brother Akpata, have to come together and condemn any act of violence. If they condemn it, if they show public commitment that they condemn it, their followers will not follow. So I'm surprised that since Osagbovo Olumide Akpata, since he challenged the governor directly that he was involved in the Billboard removal, Aso Ighodalo should have come out to condemn it because it's going to affect him more than our outgoing governor. Aso Ighodalo should have come out to condemn it, to show to his followers that he doesn't tolerate it. If he doesn't condemn it, then it means he's encouraging it. The APC candidate has not been accused of doing that. So he should also come out to condemn it and to encourage their followers to make sure they follow the path of peace, to follow the path of democracy where the best man wins. I believe if the leadership, the three candidates, come out and stand against violence, stand against all this primitive approach to politics, I believe the violence will not continue.
That's a very sensible, very wise deposition you've made there. Now let's take a look at Olu Martins. Olu Martins is the Deputy Director General of Ighodalo's campaign. I have known Olu Martins for a very long time. He's a very astute, gentleman. Somebody that I have a lot of love and respect for, and all of that. And at a glance, when I heard that he's been announced as a deputy DG of the Ighodalo campaign, I felt very proud of him, honestly. You understand what I'm saying? Because I hold him in very high esteem. But when I saw this video, which is just an excerpt, I probably don't have a clear picture of the things that would have led to that. But the video on the face value, did not speak very well. Now, as somebody who is very experienced, who himself, you deal with people regularly, you've been in police service for a very long time, you are in the security department for a very long time, you have your own companies and the security, outfit and every other thing and all of that. What would be your advice for people who occupy positions like, Olu Martins, Reverend Olu Martins, position of authority in a campaign structure like this?
Yeah, well, the issue is this: when you are in a position of authority, like some of us are, you have to be conscious, not just what you say. You have to be conscious of the perception that you give. The perception that you give. The perception that Olu Martins gave is that he's prone to violence, that he tolerates violence, but we don't have the complete video.
Yes.
So we don't know the background of what he said. Maybe a question was asked of him. We don't know. Maybe are you going to be tough to
absolutely?
If these people are violence to you, how will you respond? Maybe that's a response to that. Plus, another thing is that when you are in a position of authority, you have to be ready not to be carried away and perform. Because when you are like that, there's tendency to want to perform. You want people to trust you. You want people to believe you. You want people to see you as a tough guy. He may not even believe in all those things he's saying, but he's saying it as a tough guy. I hope he doesn't believe in them. So what Olu Martins now is good that he came out. He has to now go back and sit back and, who am I? Am I this violent person? Am I a reverend? Am I letting politics ruin? Am I going to use politics to ruin my life and my future. I believe, I don't know him that well, but based on what I heard about him, he'll be able to go back and reflect. And I believe he will change his course. I believe he should come out and apologize for that video. I believe he should tell his people publicly that what he said, or give us the context about how that video came about and condemn any act of violence. That would be my advice to him. When you're in those positions, it's very easy to be carried away because now it's a reverend, but now it's a campaign DG. You have security, you have vehicles, you have people singing his praises, and have people praising him. So he have to now be conscious of it, just like we advise other participants. You have to be conscious of what you are doing. You got to know that power is transient. It's not going to be forever. Yeah, even for us as police officers, especially in this part of the world, when you are given enormous authority, almost enormous power to act, but you don't treat your citizen bad just because you are a police officer. You have to think about it, that the essence of you running a campaign is to get your candidate to win.
Yes.
You're not going to be judged by how much violence you cause. You're not going to be judged by how many people you harm. You're going to be judged with your ability to win a clean, free, and fair election. And I believe my advice to our brother Olumartin is take a look at it. Apologize to our people because we are Benin people. We don't indulge in those kind of violence against our people. And apologize, talk to your people, and change a new path. Because these days, all social media, you can't even trust any conversation you have in private.
Exactly.
You may think that it's just bragging to party faithfuls, although it's not allowed. Then,
and somebody released that video to the public, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously, somebody from his inner people released that video to the public. So now he's aware. Probably was not aware about that before because he was not addressing the general public. He was addressing the loyalists, his faithful. But that is not to exonerate him from what he said. But I will expect him to come out in the coming days to apologize to our people that behavior will not be tolerated, that behavior is not acceptable to us, and that behavior is counterproductive and it's against democracy as we want to practice it.
Just a quick one before I go to the next phase of this interview. This election, is it a do or die affair? The reason I ask is this. I have, of course, we have seen this, what is playing out right now with Olumide's Billboard and every other thing. But beyond that, I've personally heard, expressions of do or die affair in the matter from all sides. I mean, I'm not taking anyone out. People are just like, ready for whatever. And people are willing to go to whatever length. Should this election be that difficult?
Yeah, my brother, the election is difficult. And it should be that difficult. And to the players, it's going to be do or die. I'll tell you two things. The governor, Obaseki, is going to ensure that he have a legacy, that he put his crony, his puppet, or whoever his friend, that he put his friend there. We're not talking politics today. As he put it, he's going to ensure that whoever takes over from him is his person. Because that is about legacy, not even just about his friend. He's showing that I have the power. I was able to bring somebody that took over from me, and I have some project that I'm doing that I want the person to continue. That will be his challenge. And he's going to do, let's not kid ourselves, he's going to do whatever it takes for someone he prefers to succeed him. That's one from his side. Then look at the APC side. Look at the APC. They are not happy about how Obaseki left APC. He went to PDP and won. And the APC are challenged. They have the president who is a member of their party. So there might be pressure from above to ensure that APC in Edo State win the election. So that pressure comes with desperation and come with everything that comes with it. So that is the challenge. The only one that might not be desperate would be Olumide Sagbova Akpata, because he is not expected to win according to the status quo. Yeah. And his godfather is not in any of the, he's not a player in any of this. So it's going to be about the state government fighting the federal government. And the desperation is there. And yes, it's going to be a do or die situation. That is why we cannot allow violence or even the insinuation of violence to come into this politics.
So I was actually going to go into that, and when you already, gave assertion to the fact that this is going to be a difficult process. Now, you know what I'm saying now. Now, this what I wanted to say is that does that desperation, like you rightly put, now lead or give excuses for political parties and candidates' banners and billboards to be pulled down? Does it give that excuse?
No, it shouldn't, and it shouldn't give that excuse. But like I said, when people are desperate, they intimidate you. They want to discourage you. They want to make sure who is the boss, kind of. So when you look at it, the way Olumide was saying about that's where the governor drive through, he doesn't want to see it. That is the sycophant. The governor may not even have said that, but the people following the governor want to make sure they please him. They want to be able to go to him in the morning and say, don't mind that useless man, we don't want me to see every day when you go work. And he probably did not even send them. That is why we cannot tolerate it.
Yeah.
That is why Governor Obaseki must come out to condemn this act. If he doesn't come out to condemn it, we have to hold him accountable. So destroying those billboard, causing all this problem, making those speeches is all intimidation. It's like I'll give you an analogy about what we do, like a mafia, or let's call it organized crime.
Yeah.
Organized crime, you go to an area and they tell you need to pay a fee if you want to continue to have your store here, if you want to continue your nightclub here. So, and you said no. The first thing you're going to get, they will be shooting in the air in that area. If you don't get that, maybe when you are off, you are not working, they shoot out your window. If you don't get that, if it's not stopped, the next thing they are killing somebody in front of your door. Those are intimidation to discourage you from doing what you are supposed to do. The idea is to muscle Akpata out of the race, to take away his confidence. So that's why those things you are seeing is happening. And that's why the APC is not doing that, because APC they are not intimidated by Olumide Akpata, and they may not be as desperate as the governor, who is trying to govern his people, who is trying to restrain their continuation in office. So you got to look at the mindset, and it's the mindset that is playing out right now.
I think that makes sense. Look, viewers of the Comrade Show, please, wherever you are, this is a free. I mean, I'm having this conversation with my brother here, Basil Sagio Bemudia, and he's giving some very deep insight into these matters. And if you are there, you want to equally make contributions, you can pick your phone and give us a ring. The number is out there on your screen. It's scrolling right there. You just take our number from there, and of course, and we've been able to look at this matter. I would say holistically. And one of the things, one of the insights, we can very much point out, as expressed by Mr. Bemudia, is that the governor of Edo State need to, of course, assure the state and assure the indigenous of Edo State of a level playing field, condemn the acts, or the action that would have led to the bringing down of a major candidate's, billboards and all of that. And he must take that responsibility to assure Edo State people that, this election, must be free of violence. They must condemn all of that action. And of course, he went ahead to advise that my brother, my friend, Reverend Olum Martins, must show some remorse because the statement he made, did not come across very well, at least, to a very, a large segment of the Edo society and all of that. And for those urging him on, they actually advised that people should desist from things like this. I did express that we must look at the issues. The issues must be what would govern this process. People must decide based on issues. The candidates must be looked at, and their credibility must be looked at. The issues that border Edo State, they must be looked at as a way to go about this and all of that. But I'm still talking to Mr. Ogbemudia. Mr. Ogbemudia, moving away from the issue of Billboard, you have endorsed Olumide Akpata. I understand that you're a Labour Party member. And I also do understand that you were an aspirant. But I equally also understand that, some aspirants under the, a platform of the Labour Party left the party at some point. But you have stayed on. Why is that?
Well, thanks for that. When I did my consultation to be the Edo State governor, I did it because I saw that the major problem, as it's playing out now, you can see last week, the governor been there for 8 years. He refused to address the issue of courtesan. But now that he's leaving, he's doing a last-minute patch-up job about security. I've always said that. And people say during that time, people say, oh, are you always talking about security? I said, no country can survive. No state can survive economically, effectively, efficiently, without an efficient and effective law enforcement. That is why I ran at the time to be the governor, because I believe that if we can solve the insecurity, all these problems we're talking about, if there was an established law enforcement process, if we have an effective and efficient law enforcement in Edo State, all these issues we are talking about now will not happen. By now, somebody will be questioning Olu Martin in some police criminal investigation bureau somewhere to tell us what he meant by those utterances. By now, those people that want to remove the billboard of Olumide Akpata would be cooling their heels off in some jail cell somewhere or some of the police station. But because we have a total breakdown of law and order in Edo State, in Nigeria in general, that is why I wanted to run. And when I was running, go to your question, when I was running, I said, I don't have to be the governor of Edo State. But somebody who's going to be the governor of Edo State will be someone who had the capacity to make changes, who had the capacity to solve this issue of courtesan because it's holding us back. Somebody who can produce employment. Somebody who can give skills acquisition, vocational training to our youth. And I believe when you look at everybody, Olumide Akpata have those qualities because he has demonstrated when he went to be the president of the Bar Association. I spoke to some lawyers. I didn't just endorse him out of nowhere. I spoke to some lawyer, and they told me he brought some innovations. He brought a lot of things to the Bar Association. So, and I believe that is what we need from someone. That's what we need in Edo right now. And the reason why I did not endorse the other candidate, let's put the party aside, is because Aswin Odao have been part of the system for 16 years. If he had all the good ideas, if he saw just like, I like how he talk in confidence, he talk like a very smart, intelligent man. Being intelligent, being smart is different from public service. It's different from public administration. We that have been involved in public service for a long time know that you don't need to be a rocket science to be a good governor. So if he has all these good ideas, all these great ideas, he was economy advisor to Shomole for 8 years. But now economy advisor, part of the economic team of Obaseki. And there's nothing to show for it. We don't even have one single flyover in Edo State. And when you look at Abia State, when we look at even Delta, I was in Asaba. As you drive into a Delta Asaba, you realize that Benin is like a village. There have been no improvement. So if he was not able to contribute anything for that, so that's take him out of the picture for me.
Are you faulting
that question? Why those other guys, other aspirants are leaving Labour Party? Because somehow, I'll be honest with you, because a lot of people join to run for governor for a wrong reason. To them, they must be the governor. They must be the star. So if they cannot get a Labour Party be the candidate, they can go to a smaller party that will make them governor's candidate, and that's their goal. I'll tell you, I was approached by at least 5 political parties, the smaller ones, to say, just come, we'll make you our candidate. And I said, no. My goal was not just to be a governor. My goal was to fix Edo State, to get Edo State of our dream. And right now, if the other 2 political parties, they're part of the system, they are part of the people that get us to where we are now. And we have my brother Sagbovo as someone who stands on the right path. So that's why I supported him. So those other aspirants, they're doing it. Some of them are doing it for selfish reasons. Some of them are doing it because they actually believe they can be a governor in the other small political parties. For me, I have a great career. I don't think I need to be the governor to fix those things. But I think I would have been the best governor. But I have my brother that I believe represent my interests, represent integrity and capacity. And and people that are not close to my brother Olo Sagbovo that much, they don't really know him. When you speak to this man, he's like a gentle giant. He speaks when he's compassionate. He cares about people, and he actually cares about the people of Edo State. I think I was telling somebody the other day that even whenever we talk, he speaks Edo more than he can speak Edo, and I can't even write Edo that much. And I give him credit. Anyone that grew up the kind of lifestyle he lived, the kind of upbringing he had, and is able to write Edo language and speak the Edo language, I took my hat off for him. And that is somebody who believes in our heritage. That is somebody who believes in our culture. That is somebody who's going to bring Edo back to a better stage, to a greater stage. And that's why I'm supporting him. I'm talking to the other aspirant. We are going to eventually support him. Even those ones that have gone to the smaller party, we are going to come back, and all of them are going to come back to support him. So it's kind of a long explanation, but
yeah, it's interesting. Honestly, it's interesting. The reason why I'm asking, because you when I spoke to you to come to this program, you proudly talked about Olumide Akpata and all of that. You are even convincing me, but I have not personally not endorsed any candidates. But when I do, I'm going to make that public. I'm still looking at everybody. But I have spoken to a lot of people, concerning these 3 major candidates, because I'm trying to understand them more, probably understand who is going to be best for those states. And there's one argument that is very prevalent. And that argument is that some people are supporting, according to some people are supporting Asue Udalo because they believe he's going to win and they want to be on the winning side. Some people have equally expressed the same kind of idea that they are supporting Akpakomis of the APC because they believe he's going to win, that federal might is going to bring all the might to come and make him win. As for Odalo is going to win because of power of incumbency, and most of these people want to belong to the winning side. And in all of these conversations, Olumide does not come out, for those that I've talked to, independents that have settled for Aswe Udalo, and some independents who have settled for, Akpakomiza, and some are very close to me as well. What I'm saying? And the argument is this one is going to win. One person particularly told me that I don't want to waste my votes. That is why I'm supporting the candidate I'm supporting, because Olumide is not good. Are you confident? Do you want to waste your votes? Waste your support?
I've faced that for a long time. I was told by even some senior APC people that called me and said, look, just support us. You are a senior police officer. When you retire, or you can get a federal appointment because they are in government. And then people said, Obaseki is very strong. He's going to do everything to win. And people, like I said, just simply tell you, say, look, why are you going to waste your time? You are a young man. Support the winning team so that you can get into office in the future. But it's not about the winning team. It's not about who is going to win. I rather support Olumide Akpata, win or lose, than to support somebody that I know is going to come to continue the status quo. Somebody that I know is going to come that when you drive around Adol or when you drive in the road, is going to be flooded. Somebody that whenever that the schools are going to remain where they are now. But I will not be able to sleep at night if I do that. And people are going to be shocked when Olumide Akpata becomes the governor. Because you know why? In Edo State, we don't vote for a political party. People will tell you, oh, Labour Party can't go anywhere. Labour Party is finished. Nobody's voting for Olumide because the Labour Party candidate. Well, we vote for individual in Edo State. When Oshomole was there, it was APC. Every Edo person I know voted for Oshomole, regardless of the political party they come from. Last 4 years ago, Lampton, we put Obaseki there. With the diaspora, we put Obaseki there. We did the heavy lifting for him. We campaigned, we did everything for him. So Obaseki did not win because he was a PDP candidate. Obaseki won because we, the people of Edo, decided that we were going to put him there. And I'm appealing to Edo people that Olumide is your only chance for progress. Olumide is your only chance to get rid of this courtesan. Because my friend was joking around with me the day Obaseki launched anti-courtesan law. Then my friend called me and said, look at those two people behind him. Those guys are court members. So how are you going to stop courtesan when people in your office are also court members? That is why they cannot solve the problem. They don't have the solution.
I must interject here, sir. You know what you are saying just now. It's a very strong allegation. You understand what I'm saying now? We've got to be careful so that we don't make allegations that you cannot substantiate.
Yeah, but I'm not mentioning any names, so
okay.
There's no name mentioned, and he had about 10, 12 people behind him. So it's not direct. But
okay, let's tread carefully.
Okay,
because the things that we cannot independently verify. Let's take clear from there. Yeah, because we don't want to promote, those kind of.
I agree. We don't want to promote careless conversation. Someone told me that. Then I didn't know the people anyway, but somebody is telling me that is their observation. So it wasn't me. I don't know these people personally. Yeah. But I was I'm Nigerian. We know there's no family. Let me tell you, my brother, there's no family in Edo State right now that don't have a court member. It's in my family. My nephew, some of them are on it. My cousins are on it.
Sorry, sir. I can tell you most faithfully that I do not have one in my family.
There will be one. You don't know. I can bet you that.
Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, okay. I can bet you one of your nephew, one of your cousin, one of your brother's children, one of your children, one of them is a court member. You can take that to the bank.
Well, I think we can leave that for another day, but I will investigate.
So back to what we're saying about what we're saying again. I lost track about. We were saying that why people went to the other political party, because I'm not wasting my vote because I'm voting my conscience. I'm supporting my conscience. I'm supporting the person I believe in. Arsenal Oda might be a great guy, like I said, intelligent, smart. I think he's part of the game, the part of the system. So he's not going to do anything different. The other guy, Kwewolo, I have things to say about him, but I'm not going to say it here behind his back. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's prepared to be the governor of Edo State.
Why would you say that?
But just watch his interview, watch his own translation, watch the way he talk. He's not prepared. You can't just, like I was telling you in the primary, you don't just wake up. I want to be the governor of about over 4 million people, 4 million intelligent people. You got to be prepared for it. Preparation is not just about having money. It's not just about having coming. It's about enlightening yourself. If you cannot enlighten yourself, if you cannot train yourself, and prepare yourself for the day. When you want to be a governor, when I want to be a governor for those states, I have to hire a public speaking person to coach you on how to talk in public. You have to do some research on Edo.
Anyway, sorry, just before you continue, don't forget, just before you continue, let me just quickly land this in. Those state people and Nigerians across the world, because Mr. Obamudia just brought in the APC candidate into the conversation, talking of Mr. Obewolu. And of course, there's been a loud ass cry out there that people don't see him, he doesn't talk and all of that. But let me quickly inform everyone that Mr. Obewolu is going to be on the Comrade Show on Sunday. That's 2 days from now, Sunday the 9th of June. And it's going to be live with us. We're going to be interviewing him. It's going to be a 2-hour long program. We expect those state indigenous across the world to ring in, ask questions, and all of that. And of course, maybe, just maybe, in the course of this program, people, of course, will get a better perspective of who Obewolu is, the candidate, Senator Obewolu, the candidate of the APC. So it's going to be Sunday, the 9th of June, and don't forget the time is going to be 7:30 p.m. Nigeria time. I'd like you all to join. It's going to be on the Comrade Show on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter. We're going to be live at the same time on all of these platforms. Yeah, I just wanted to land that in there, sir. Over to you, sir.
Okay. I just read a comment from somebody that said he will not come. I don't think he's going to show.
Anyway, that's not my thing. No, sorry, let me quickly respond to that person. When the Comrade Show invites somebody to this platform, be assured that the person is going to come because it is a Comrade Show. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to come. It will come. Let's not
preempt. Let's not preempt it.
Yeah, he will come.
He will come because this is one of the most publicized diaspora TV that Benin in Edo State. Yeah. He will come because he wants to be the governor of Edo State. Yeah. You can't become the governor of Edo State without coming to a platform like this to tell us what you are going to do for us. That's why I believe his people will prepare him. I hope before he comes. That is not the issue. I believe he will be on the show. But what I mean, generally, I don't see him as somebody, just based on listening to him speak, as somebody who is prepared to be the governor of Edo State.
Does speaking well, may how well you are going to perform. We have had people come and speak the best of English and all of that, and they go to Sadebi Avenue and mess all of us up.
No, the current governor is an example of that. He speaks English very well.
I didn't say that.
But
I just said we've had.
Yeah, but I said that. I'm telling you that Governor Obaseki is one of them. He came 4 years ago and bamboozled all of us, including me. When I listened to him speak, I believed in him. Everything he told me, I believed. But I was fooled. That's a topic for another day. But you must be able to articulate what you are going to do for your people. Even if you say it in Pidgin or you say it in our native language, in Edo, in Isha, you have to be able to articulate it. And I have not seen him articulate what he's going to do for us. It's like you can't be at an event when the governorship candidate is present. Everybody else is speaking and he's not speaking. Then the question is, what are you hiding? So a guy like Aswin speaks very well too, although he's 60-something years old, and he's a CEO of a bank. So he speaks well. But that doesn't mean he's going to do a good job because he's been with these people for 16 years. They have not done a good job. So speaking Queen's English and all that doesn't help anybody. But when you see a man who's prepared to do the job, you will know. I believe all my years of training as a police detective and all that, at least I can learn. I remember when I started the job as a police officer, my staff sergeant told me, he's like, "Boss, I can't trust a man who cannot look at me in the eye." That is very important. You shouldn't trust any man who cannot come out to tell you what they're going to do for you. That's where I fought Paulo. But compare any of these guys with Akpata. Akpata have everything, what it takes to lead our state to progress, to the Edo of our dream. That's why I'm supporting him. Come rain, come sun, and Akpata is going to win the election. People are thinking of a political party. We don't vote political party in the Edo state. We vote for an individual. And as the campaign gets closer, people get to know the different players. I believe majority of Edo people will choose my brother, Osagbovo Akpata, to be their governor.
Just before we continue, we are going to be running off very shortly. I just want to, but when we're talking about the issue of Billboard and destructions taking place and every other thing, a big way Ogiame, put out a post there, and I've just highlighted that. He said this election is not difficult and it should not be do or die. God will not let Governor Obaseki continue with what the people of Edo State forced Senator Shomole for. You better have a rethink. Every Edo citizen has the right to contest for office in the state. That's the perception of, I think it is what we have loudly expressed. I actually singled that out, to talk about it and all of that. And of course, I see comments here.
Let me respond to this Moses Edokolo guy.
Go ahead. He says your mind
he said that being a police detective does not qualify you to pass a judgment. I just want to tell you that I was a homicide detective. Of course, I have the training to look at somebody and determine what kind of person they are. If I don't have it, that training, and then, although I have not interrogated him, but I just want to correct what some of these guys, we should not focus on just coming online and vomiting everything. You have to look at something holistically. You have to look at my background, see what kind of person I am, what line of communication I am saying. I'm not just talking off my behind to say that it's not prepared. I'm saying it, go and listen to Okpebholo tapes. Go and listen to his speeches. Go and listen to his utterances. Then you tell me if he's prepared for the job or not. So don't come here and talk about, try to say, oh, you are a detective. That's how we bring our people down. I'm qualified to look at somebody and make up. You may not agree with me. I'm qualified to make a decision of what I think about somebody.
Yeah. Except that you practice in Canada, and this is Nigeria.
I was born. I was born in Uhi.
I know,
and I understand our people. We run organization in Edo. I'm not the kind of guy say you live in Canada. I visit Benin, Uhi, at least twice a year. And last year I was in Nigeria for 3 months. So I'm not just talking as an outsider.
So what you're saying, you're saying is that your practice is
global.
It's of general applicability.
It's global.
And Canada,
I know more about even the politics or the culture than even Canadian culture, because that's where I was born. That's where I grew up. That's what I practice.
So in a nutshell, what you are saying is that Olumide has a chance as well as all the others.
Olumide have a better chance. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because Olumide is not bogged down by all those other things that, like, look at Aswen, the party decided. I know Labour Party is also having problems. The party decided there are a lot of people there working against him. The APC the same. Olumide don't have to prove anything. He just has to prove himself. And I know him. I know that he's competent. He has the capacity and the intelligence. And as people get to know him, they will have no choice but to pick him among the 3 candidates.
Okay, are you not worried? This is another issue expressed by some people who have said that they are pitching tent with Aswe Udalo or Bakomiza. There are lots of people on both sides, but they've expressed that the PDP have a structure already, and the APC quality have a structure. Are you not bothered that people say that?
I just told you that Edo people do not vote according to party structure. They vote for the individual. A lot of people I know are pitching tent with, I'm not saying everybody, with Aswen, or they look at where they are going to make money. Like, who can pay me more? If Akpata was paying them, trust me, they won't leave. A lot of them don't care who win or lose. They care about what they are going to benefit. But the generality, the majority of our people care about their welfare, care about their
Okay. Now, let me take you on this one. I want to take you on this one. And you also worry. Now, if you look at the government of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, people believe that Obaseki has a lot of money, the same with Asue Udalo. And if they put their resources together, particularly, I have a call. Please, guys, you can call it. Let's take this caller. Hello. Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, sorry. I'm actually. Are you on live program?
Okay, I'm on live broadcast. Oh, okay. Oh, it's my brother here. I'll call you back when I get through. I'll call you back when I get through. I thought you were calling to the program. I didn't even look at the number. So, are you not worried? Because, like you said, you just referred to the fact that we play money politics, right? Are you not worried? People believe that PDP has got the money to buy everybody. Okay, this is speculation out there.
Yeah.
People also believe that APC has got the money to buy everybody. Okay, but Olumide hasn't got money, as people equally speculate. Are you not worried that, people say that Olumide doesn't have money and he may not actually have as much money as these guys have? May hamper the chances that you so believe in.
Yeah, but that's an assumption, to assume that Olumide doesn't have the money. I like to always use his Benin name, because a lot of people need to be aware of that more. Our brother Sagbovo have the money, the resources, just like the other two candidates. And he'll be able to muster the resources. He has a lot of support. He may not be the kind of guy that come out and be telling you, this person supporting me, that person supporting me. None of the candidates doing that anyway. But people just assume that Obaseki is going to take our state money, like every other state does, and invest our money, our taxpayers' money on Aswin Udaro. That's the only reason why they think that he has money. Aswin Udaro doesn't have more money than Olumide Akpata. Then when
can you tell?
I don't. I did the background obviously on all of them to read about what they own, what they don't own. I don't believe Aswin Udaro have more disposable money to spend on this campaign more than Akpata, and I don't believe Okpebolo have more disposable money to spend on this election more than Akpata. The difference is that people are looking at the money will come from the federal government. Money will come from other governors to support their candidate. But don't forget, we also have one governor too. And Olumide have been around. Olumide have friends, have people that are backing him that may not come out. So money will not be the issue. So I'm not worried about that. Money will not be the issue. The issue will be, as the election comes closer, there will be substance. Who the Benin people, the Edo people, who do the Edo people believe can deliver them from this mess? Because we're in a mess in Edo State. That is going to be the eventual determinant of who become our next governor. It's not going to be.
Well, I mean, somebody just said I should read comments. Of course, there are quite a number of comments. Of course, I've seen this one from Anthony Obo, who has said that I don't have any problem with Okpebolo, but people that surround him, Edo people will never go back to Egypt. Touting is gone forever. That's from Anthony. Of course, and this one is from Ikato Austin. But Professor Ali and Professor Sumbo was not rich when they became the governor of Edo State. Okay, he's trying to buttress your point here. And of course, I have a lot of people, saying that Aswa will win. Some others are saying that Okpebolo is going to win. Some others have said that Olu Akpata doesn't have a chance. People have, expressed. Now, I love this conversation. The reason why I love it is because, and this is why I strongly believe that the Edo State government and everybody in position of authority must appeal to win the support of the people and not to create any form of violence. Because this is a contestation. Whether we like it or not, Olumide is going to have people supporting him, people voting for him, the same way Aswell would, the same way, what's his name, would. You understand the picture of saying? So, those state people are going to be hugely divided along different lines. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now, and all of that. So, at the end of the day, my own take is that we may not exactly sit here to know who will be the next governor of Edo State. Okay? We may not at the end of the day. However, people have a right to support whoever they want to support. And the reason they are supporting is to make their candidates become the next governor of Edo State. So at the end of the day, who appeal more to the people of Edo State may eventually be the one who will become the governor of Edo State.
Exactly.
But one last point. Are you not bothered about the rigging machinery of both the ruling party of the PDP and, of course, notably the federal, might and the ruling party of the Nigerian Federation? They are rigging power.
No, I'm not bothered about it.
Let me say, before you go on, sir, hold that question. There's a caller. Let's. I think we've missed the call. Caller, you can call back. Go ahead, sir.
I'm not bothered about the ringing machine because I know the system very well. I've been close to the system for a long time. Although I never work with them, like I understand the inner workings of it. They said, would you read the comment? Somebody just said here that I don't think they are playing, that they are willing to give Olumide 30 million naira for the campaign. I think more people will come out like that.
Who is saying that?
OSTV.
Okay, I'm ready to support him with 30 million. If he wants to support.
If you want to support from us, we are going to vote for him. Yeah. So,
okay, let me put out there. OSTV, I'm ready to support him with 30 million. If he wants a support from us, we are going to vote for Labour Party. Okay.
That's why more people are going to choose substance over that. And ringing, the problem ringing in Nigeria is that everybody rings in Nigeria. So it's not a secret. They all ring election. But if
does that include Labour Party?
No, because Labour Party doesn't have that machinery in play. Let me finish my thought first.
Yeah.
But everybody ring, they all ring election in Nigeria. But when you got the people supporting you overwhelmingly, when majority are supporting you, it is impossible to ring it. It's when it's close that ringing can make a difference. But if majority of Edo people support our brother, Sagbovo Akpata, if they support him, there's no amount of ringing that can overcome the support. So that's the thing. If it's close, yes. But if it's not close, if the people come out to vote, which I'm sure people will come out. If a lot of people come out to vote, I can assure you that Olumide will be the governor of Edo State, irrespective of the ringing machine from APC or the PDP.
That's that's a bold statement. But let me take a comment from Austin, Ikato Austin. So my contention is Obaseki and Ighodalo, have been in government for 16 years. What have changed? The presidential and House of Assembly election has showed PDP has failed. Even the local government election was written by Obaseki. And he went on and on. Of course, he said this is not a fan of Obaseki. It's very obvious. I'll just take some relevant comments to the conversation on the table. So you are saying that you are not worried about rigging. Okay,
I'm not worried about it.
Are you concerned that there may be voter apathy because previous elections appear to show that the people come out to vote at the end of the, like this man just alluded to, that the last local government elections in Edo State was practically written, by people in government, so to speak. Result was written.
Local government election is different. Local government election is conducted. People have to know the difference. Local government election is conducted by the state governor.
Okay.
It's a DOSEC. It's not conducted by INEC. So it's conducted by people that Obaseki put there. It's like that throughout Nigeria. Local government election is usually won by the governor, 100%, because they run the show. They write the names
The results,
or a week before. But the federal election, like governorship election, is run by INEC.
Okay, is it not fair to say that if the states can write local elections, is it not fair to say that the federal government, is equally the ones writing, they're equally the ones writing the general elections conducted by INEC?
That is possible, but there's more at play there in terms of the state's governorship election, because now we're going to have people, the electoral commissioner for Edo State is there. You're going to have so many other different players, which all of them may not align with the ringing. Whereas the local government election can be written in the office, they announce it, they don't have to even go through any process. The governor can just give them the names and they announce it. And it's very difficult to protect. But for the states, it's not impossible, but it's quite a little bit more difficult to just bribe all the players at once and write a result, because it can lead to court cases. But I can tell you that if a lot of people come out to vote, if majority come out to vote, usually, the government will not ring it, just like it was with Obaseki. Because we all supported Obaseki. Majority of in the last 4 years, because majority of us supported Obaseki, it was impossible for the federal government to ring it. And I believe that's what's going to happen in this case.
This election. Well, Mr. Viewers of the Comrade Show, greetings to you all. I have been talking with Mr. Bassey Osagi Ugbemudia, one-time aspirant, governorship aspirant under the platform of the Labour Party. And we've looked at the issue of brigandage and incitement to violence in Edo State, particularly looking at the issue surrounding the bringing down of Olumide's Billboard. This discussion was actually held, not just looking at Olumide as a candidate, but using him to represent what could happen to all other candidates. And of course, we've advised, like I said earlier, that the government need to stamp her feet on the ground to say that this should not happen, and because it's not healthy for the future of Edo State. And of course, we've looked at other aspects of why he is supporting, his candidates of the Labour Party. And there's been a lot of views expressed differently, and all of that. And of course, for some of us, we expect this because it's a contestation, and people are going to choose, for whatever reason, who they choose at the end of the day. And for us, we will always advocate, for peace as far as this electoral process is concerned. And let me remind us, on this Sunday, because we are happy to deepen this process, a couple of weeks ago, we had an extensive interview with the candidate of the Labour Party, talking of Olumide Akpata. If you have not seen that, you can go to our YouTube handle, and of course the Facebook and Twitter, and of course, check that conversation, and that may help you equally have more understanding of the candidate. And on this occasion, on the 9th, which is on Sunday of June, we are going to be interviewing the candidate of the APC. You may recall that one of the talking points around Edo State is that people, have not really had time to engage with Senator Monday Okpebholo. By the grace of God, we are going to be having him on this platform. Don't go stay far away. The lines will be open. People will call in to ask whatever questions they want to ask. We are going to be moderating. It's going to be a family exercise, because at the end of the day, we are all still one people, one family, one same member of a large family of Edo State. We are all indigenous of Edo State, and so therefore we are going to treat ourselves with as much respect as possible. So don't go far away from the comedy show on Sunday by 7:30 p.m. Nigeria time. Senator Monday Ukbewolo is going to be live with us. And of course, yours sincerely, myself, pharmacist Remiran, and of course, Dr. Tony Agbons will be on the saddle to anchor this program. It's going to be hitch-free, hopefully, God willing. And so all I just want to say that this is a chance for us to have that engagement that we so sought after, because it is important we have this engagement. And we're actually reaching out, hopefully soon we are going to equally having the same engagement with the candidate of the PDP that is talking of Aswe Ugodalo. The reason why this is important is because there is the need for us to, have that engagement, have that so that we can be able to hear from them, talk with them firsthand. For those who may not have made up their minds, like myself, I'm still looking at, the candidates. We can effectively at some point put my feet on the ground to decide which candidate I am supporting. There are so many people like me who are still out there who are like, they are independent. They are still trying to, see who is going to be best for Edo State. Once mothers have made up their minds. But at the end of the day, this is what is going to be happening. It is a contestation, and we have to establish peace alongside. It's been a commercial, and my name is Comrade Lamtic Mahusa Oriahi. Mr. Ogbemudia, I want to thank you most sincerely for being part of this program. Any last word for the people of Edo State?
Okay, before I do the last word, just give me permission to address one, because this is very important.
Yes.
From my brother, the Sydney Odia, he said, before Olumide Akpata emerged as the LP candidate, you were the one the obedient were supporting. Why did you give up so easily on us? My brother, thank you for your support. I did not give up so easily. I did my best. I fought, but I knew it was impossible to come victorious about it. And I decided to step aside and say, who will fight and run away, live to fight another day. I did not give up on the dream so easily. It wasn't an easy decision, but we're happy now that we have a candidate who also have my value, who also have my belief, who have the capacity like me, who have the integrity, who is able to do everything I told you I was going to do, everything I'm supposed to do. We have my brother, Osagbovo Akpata, now, who's willing to do those things. And I'm supporting him because of that. And I'm going to appeal to you, if you love what I was saying, if you believed in me, to also believe on my brother, Olumide Akpata, to be the next governor of Edo State. Over the next few, then we will be doing more. Just know that to make Edo great, we cannot personalize it. I don't have to be the governor, my brother. Provided what we should think about is somebody who believes in what I believe in, somebody who have the capacity to do what I would do, somebody who have the compassion and the empathy to solve our problem, to support our people. That is why I'm appealing to all my supporters to support Olumide Akpata as the next governor of Edo State. Thank you very much.
Well, just before you say your last word, I actually have something to respond to here. My brother Moses Dukbolo just sent something here, and he says, please don't send him any questions in advance. He's referring to Akbakomiza. I'm sure that this is a rhetorical question. I'm sure that Moses Dukbolo knows me well enough to understand that I don't play that kind of politics. You understand the picture of what I'm saying now? Akbakomiza is going to come. Everything here is going to be very organic, and people, as a matter of fact, people are going to be asking their questions. We are going to encourage people to call in and ask their questions more than we will even ask the questions. So we are not sending any questions to the APC candidate. It's a man running for governor, okay, who has shown capacity to become governor of Edo State, and he has to come here and prove to all Edo State indigenes that he's got the capacity to become the governor of Edo State. And that's what this engagement is about. So for everybody saying one thing here, saying another thing there, let us embrace every opportunity we have to interact and interface with the candidates. That is the only way we can eventually make up our minds on whom we are going to support. This is important. And of course, I will acknowledge Steve Omer, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name well, Omeaka. You know, if I'm not pronouncing it very well, I apologize. He said the only independent candidate for the race is LP plus Akbata, unlike APC and PDP. Surrounded, okay, we got further. I think, okay, this one is a fan of the Labour Party candidates. Well, I just want to acknowledge that. And of course, Ford Oron says Olumide has no chance. Olumide has no chance because of the region he's from. Aswa Odalu is the right man for the job. Of course, these are opinions, you know, people have. You understand what I'm saying now? And all of that. So, but the conversation goes on. We're going to take the conversation on from here. It's going to continue until even the day after election. You understand? So, over to you, sir. Your last word just before we round off this.
The last word is that, like I said at the beginning of the show, do not die in their war. Do not let Edo youth, my Edo people, do not let politicians use you to fight one another. Whether you are Isako, Bini, Isha, all of us, we all came from the same family. And when the elections it's happening and gone, we will all remain like brothers and sisters.
Absolutely.
We must shun violence. We must shun backbiting and violent conversation. We must just focus on substance. We must focus on who can deliver Edo State. You may disagree with APC or PDP or Labour Party, but it doesn't have to be violence. And I just caution all of us to go by, be a law-abiding citizen as we have always been. It's not worth dying for. It's not worth fighting for. It's worth just listening to interaction, listen to the candidate, what they talk from the bottom of their heart, and make up a decision on who you are going to support. We cannot use violence to support anyone. I'm supporting Olumide Akpata, and it's not by violence, it's not by coerce, it's not by any other reason. It's because I believe he's the best man for the job.
Thank you very much, Basi Usagi. All of you, I know that LP members are calling me, PDP members are calling me, APC members are calling me. Everybody's asking me to declare for somebody for their candidate and all of that. That will come. You understand what I'm saying? Now it's a process for me. I'm listening to everybody. I'm doing my own research, but at some point I'm going to declare for somebody myself. I have the right to do so. Until then, those three people, thank you very much for joining us, and of course, everybody who's participated, all the comments and all of that. Everybody's been buzzing, you know. Right here, I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Please don't go too far away. It's the Comrade Show, and make sure you join us come Saturday, where we are going to hold, Sunday, the 9th of June, where we're going to be hosting at Makomiza. The time is 7:30 p.m. Nigeria time. And for those who are doubting will not come, he will come because he needs to face Edo State people. And this is one of such moments. And he's going to have several moments like that where he's going to interface with Edo State people. Trust me, he's going to be here. God bless you all. Bye for now.